You have been in a room with a woman who was interested in you. You felt it. Something in the way she stayed close, the way she held your eyes a half second longer than she needed to, the way she touched your arm and did not move away. You felt it, and then you talked yourself out of it. You told yourself you were reading too much into it. You told yourself men like you do not get that kind of attention anymore. And so you did nothing. And the moment passed. What nobody ever told you, what most men over 60 go their entire lives without understanding, is that she was not being friendly. Point 1. She has already made her decision about you. You just do not know it yet. That is the thing nobody tells men over 60. You are standing there wondering if it is too late, wondering if she is just being polite, wondering if you are reading too much into it. And while you are inside your own head having that argument, she has already signaled you twice, maybe 3 times, and the window is still open. Here is the uncomfortable truth from Dr. Monica Moore, a psychologist at Webster University who spent years watching how attraction actually works in real social settings. She observed more than 200 women across bars, restaurants, parties, and public spaces. She cataloged 52 distinct nonverbal behaviors that women use to communicate romantic interest. 52. And her most important finding was not what the signals were. It was this: women initiate first. 2/3 of the time. The man thinks he made the move. He did not. She invited him. He just did not recognize the invitation. That research was published in 1985. It has been replicated. It still holds. Women are not passive. They are strategic. The signals come first. Then they wait to see if you are paying attention. What most men over 60 have lost, not because of age, but because of what society spent 20 years telling them, is their ability to trust what they are seeing. They learn to second guess the signal, to explain it away, to decide she could not possibly mean that. That learned doubt is the only thing standing between you and a woman who has already told you she is interested. She told you in the language women use when they cannot say it out loud. Today, you are going to learn to hear it. Point 2. The first signal is proximity, and it is not subtle. When a woman is attracted to someone, her body moves toward him without her thinking about it. This is neurological, not social. The brain's approach motivation system activates in response to a person it wants. The amygdala signals safety. The body follows. She closes the distance. She finds reasons to stand near you. At the dinner party, she gravitates to your side of the room. At the table, she leans in when she talks to you, even when it is not noisy enough to require leaning. She sits closer than the space demands. She finds excuses to be in your orbit without ever saying that is what she is doing, because she does not know that is what she is doing. The body moves before the conscious mind catches up. Research published in the Journal of Nonverbal Behavior confirms it. People consistently reduce physical distance with those they find romantically attractive. Proximity is not accidental. Distance in social settings is intentional. When she erases that distance, she is telling you something. Here is what men over 60 miss specifically. She is not going to walk up and stand 6 inches from your face. That is not how mature women signal. It is more restrained than that. It is sitting 1 seat closer than necessary. It is angling her body toward you in a group. It is finding herself next to you at the kitchen counter, the bar, the window, and then staying there, comfortable, unhurried, as if that is exactly where she planned to be. Because it is. If a woman keeps ending up near you when she had other places she could be, she is not lost. She found you. Point 3. The second signal is sustained eye contact, and it has a neurological fingerprint that cannot be faked. When a woman holds eye contact with a man she is attracted to, her brain releases oxytocin, the bonding hormone, the same chemical that drives emotional attachment between a mother and a newborn. That is how deep this runs. It is not a social behavior on top of biology. It is biology using the eyes to create a tether between two people. Normal eye contact in conversation lasts between 3 and 5 seconds. When a woman is interested, it extends. Not dramatically, just long enough that you notice it and cannot quite explain why you noticed it. She does not look away at the natural moment. She holds it 1 beat longer. Then she does it again and again. There is a specific pattern Dr. Hutt Moore documented, what she called the darting glance. 3 quick looks in your direction, spaced over a few minutes. Brief, easy to dismiss. But watch for the third one. If she does it again after that, she is not looking at the wall behind you. She is checking if you caught the first 2. Here is what this signal means specifically for men over 60. Women know that older men are frequently talked out of confidence. They have been told by culture, by family, sometimes by younger colleagues, that they are less visible now. So, a woman who is interested has to send the signal clearly enough to get through that doubt. She holds the contact longer than necessary because she needs you to feel it, not just see it. She is giving you permission, not just attention. When she holds your eyes a beat longer than she should, that is not politeness. That is a woman waiting to see what you do with it. Point 4. The third signal is mirroring, and it operates below the threshold of her awareness. When the human brain connects with another person, it synchronizes. Neural coupling, researchers call it. The brain literally begins to mimic the activity patterns of the person it is engaged with. That internal synchronization expresses itself physically. She picks up your pace, your posture, the way you hold your glass. Not because she decided to, because her nervous system is already treating you as part of her own experience. She crosses her leg after you cross yours. She leans back when you lean back. If you slow your voice down, hers slows too. If you laugh, watch how quickly she laughs. Not out of social obligation, but because her body is already following yours. This is one of the most reliable signals in attraction research because it is nearly impossible to perform consciously. You can fake a smile. You cannot sustain coordinated mirroring across a 20-minute conversation unless something real is happening underneath it. Most men over 60 have had at least one woman show them these exact signs and convince themselves they were imagining it. That sentence should land. Because it is true. You noticed it, and then you ran an internal audit of every reason it could not be real. She is just friendly. She probably does this with everyone. I'm too old. She is too young. This does not happen to men like me anymore. And while you were running that audit, she was still there, still mirroring, still waiting. The doubt is not wisdom. The doubt is the lie you absorbed from a culture that stopped seeing you. But her nervous system did not get that memo. Point 5. The fourth signal is the touch. And what makes it unmistakable is where it happens and how it stays. A casual touch is over in half a second. A brush of the hand when passing something. A tap on the shoulder to get attention. These are social touches. Transactional. They do not linger. An interest touch is different. It lands and it stays. Not long, maybe 2 seconds. But she does not pull back at the moment the social reason for touching ends. Her hand rests on your arm when she makes a point. She brushes your sleeve when she laughs. She finds an excuse, your watch, your jacket, something you are holding, and the touch is just slightly too deliberate to be accidental. Dr. Albert Shefflin, one of the pioneering researchers in nonverbal communication, documented something revealing. When a person enters the proximity of someone they find attractive, involuntary physiological changes occur. Muscle tone increases. The body prepares. Touch becomes part of that preparation. Not aggressive, but intentional. A testing of the territory. Here is what this signal means for older men specifically. Mature women do not reach out impulsively. They are more deliberate about their bodies than younger women. So when an older woman touches you, really touches you, lets it land, lets it stay, she thought about it before she did it. Maybe not consciously, but she did not reach out carelessly. That touch was chosen. If she has touched you and did not pull back quickly, she is not just comfortable with you. She is telling you she would welcome more. Point 6. The fifth signal is the most dangerous one to miss because it looks like conversation. She asks you about your life, not politely, specifically. She wants to know what you did before you retired. She asks about the place you mentioned visiting. She follows up on something you said 10 minutes earlier that most people would have forgotten. She remembers the name of your daughter. She circles back. This is not small talk. Small talk is surface level and transactional. It fills silence and moves on. This is investment. And women do not invest this kind of attention in a man they are not thinking about. There is a concept in attachment psychology called tracking, the sustained, active cataloging of another person's inner world. It is something the brain does automatically with people it finds significant. She is tracking you. The details are sticking because she is paying the kind of attention you only pay to someone who matters. Here is the full picture of what she is doing when she asks those questions. She is building a case. She is gathering data about who you are beneath the surface. She is trying to understand what kind of man you became through 60 plus years of living. And here is what that says about her. She already likes what she sees. The questions are not an audition. They are evidence of a conclusion she has already reached. She is not interviewing you to decide. She has decided. She is learning you. Here is the final truth, and this one reframes everything you just heard. She cannot move toward you without you moving back, not because she lacks the courage, because she will not risk her dignity for a man who will not risk his doubt. That is the real dynamic nobody explains. The signals are not a test of your observation skills. They are a test of your nerve. She signals to give you permission, but she cannot give you the move itself. That belongs to you. And the men who understand this, the ones who see the signal, trust what they see, and act on it with calm directness, those are the men women over 50 describe as irresistible. Not because they were younger, not because they were louder, because they were present enough to receive what was being sent and secure enough to respond. She is not asking you to perform. She is not asking you to be something you were at 30. She is sending signals to the man who is here right now, in this room, in this conversation, The one with the history and the calm and the certainty that only comes from having actually lived. That man is not invisible. That man is exactly who she is watching. So the one thing to do after watching this is simple. The next time you sense the signal, the proximity, the eye contact, the mirroring, the touch, the questions, do not audit it. Do not explain it away. Do not wait for certainty you will never get. Acknowledge what you are seeing and take one direct, unhurried step forward. That is all it ever takes. You already knew this. Now you can't unknow it.